Hello everyone. For those of you joining me for the first time, I'm Ismod, and I welcome you to a world of spine-chilling tales and unsettling truths. Tonight, we journey into the darkest corners of the internet, a place where fear thrives and nightmares are born. We'll be exploring stories that have haunted users for years, tales whispered in hushed tones, shared in the dead of night. From government experiments gone wrong to encounters with entities that defy explanation, we'll uncover the chilling reality behind these internet legends. So, dim the lights, grab a blanket, and prepare to be captivated, disturbed, and utterly terrified. Remember, you're never truly alone in the digital world, and sometimes that's the most frightening thing of all. Chapter 1. The Russian Sleep Experiment. Our journey begins in the depths of the Cold War, shrouded in secrecy and shadowed by suspicion. The story goes that deep within a Soviet facility, a chilling experiment unfolded. 5 political prisoners were promised freedom in exchange for their participation in a sleep deprivation study. Locked in an airtight chamber, these unwitting subjects were exposed to a stimulant gas designed to keep them awake for 30 days. At first, everything seemed to go according to plan, but as days turned into sleepless nights, the whispers of madness began. The subjects grew paranoid, their whispers transforming into desperate screams. They tore at their flesh, mutilated their bodies, their minds fracturing under the relentless strain. By day 15, the chamber fell deathly silent. Fearful of what they might find, the researchers sent in armed soldiers. The sight that greeted them was nothing short of horrific. The prisoners were barely recognizable, their bodies mangled, their eyes wide with a terrifying primal fear. They begged to be kept in the chamber, pleading for the gas that had become their tormentor. The experiment, deemed a catastrophic failure, was shut down, its findings buried deep within the Soviet archives. Some say the experiment was nothing more than a creepypasta, a fictional horror story designed to shock and disturb. But the unsettling details, the raw terror that bleeds through the narrative, leaves a lingering question. What if it's true? Chapter 2. The Smiling Man. Our next tale takes us to the lonely streets of a nondescript city, where a chance encounter leaves an indelible mark on one man's psyche. It was a cold night when the witness, a young student, found himself walking home alone. The streetlights flickered, casting long, eerie shadows that danced with every gust of wind. As he hurried along, he noticed a figure standing under a flickering lamppost. The figure was tall and thin, dressed in an ill-fitting suit, but it was his face that sent shivers down the student's spine. He was smiling, a wide, unnerving grin that stretched impossibly across his face. The student, frozen in fear, could only watch as the figure approached. He tried to speak, to call out for help, but his voice caught in his throat. The smiling man, as he came to be known, continued to approach, his grin never faltering, his eyes burning with an unsettling intensity. Just as the student thought he would be swallowed by his fear, the figure vanished. He ran home, the image of the smiling man seared into his memory. To this day, he can't shake the feeling that he's being watched, that the grinning figure is still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. Chapter 3. The Expressionless. Imagine, if you will, a crowded street bustling with life, a cacophony of sound and movement. Now picture, amidst this sea of faces, a figure that stands out not for what it does, but for what it lacks. This is the chilling tale of the expressionless. Witnesses describe them as ordinary in appearance, yet utterly devoid of any emotion. Their faces are blank canvases, their eyes vacant and hollow. They move through crowds like phantoms, their presence felt rather than seen. Some believe they are simply individuals suffering from a rare neurological disorder. Others whisper of something far more sinister, beings from another realm, mimicking human form, their true intentions shrouded in mystery. There are countless accounts of encounters with the expressionless, each more unsettling than the last. A woman riding the subway late at night notices a figure standing at the end of the car. His face is pale, his eyes fixed on hers, devoid of any life. She tries to look away, but his gaze seems to follow her every move. A young man walking home from work sees a figure standing across the street. He can't make out any features, only the unnerving blankness of its face. He quickens his pace, his heart pounding in his chest. When he dares to look back, the figure is gone. Are the expressionless simply a figment of our collective imagination? Or do they represent something far more unsettling? The truth, as always, remains elusive. Chapter 4: The SCP Foundation. We delve now into the shadowy world of the SCP Foundation, a fictional organization tasked with containing and studying anomalous entities, objects, and phenomena that defy explanation. The SCP Foundation website is a labyrinth of classified documents, each detailing the chilling existence of these SCPs. From sentient sculptures to extra-dimensional beings, the stories on the SCP Foundation website are a chilling blend of science fiction, horror, and urban legend. Take, for instance, SCP-173, also known as the Sculpture. This seemingly innocuous concrete statue possesses a terrifying ability. It can only move when not in direct line of sight. If you blink, if you even dare to look away for a second, it will strike with deadly force. Then there's SCP-087, the Stairwell. This endless descent into darkness is said to house an entity that preys on fear. Each step down echoes with the sound of your own dread, the promise of something sinister lurking just out of sight. The SCP Foundation, with its clinical tone and detailed reports, blurs the line between fiction and reality. It's a world where the impossible becomes terrifyingly plausible, where the unknown is a source of both fascination and dread. Chapter 5: The Slender Man. Our final tale brings us to the haunting legend of the Slender Man, a creature born from the depths of the internet and etched into the nightmares of countless individuals. He is a creature of nightmares, a tall, faceless figure in a black suit, his long, slender arms ending in unnatural tendrils. He is said to stalk the woods and abandoned buildings, preying on the vulnerable, especially children. The legend of the Slender Man is a chilling example of online folklore, a story that spread like wildfire across forums and message boards, capturing the imaginations and fueling the fears of millions. He became a viral sensation, inspiring countless creepypastas, images, and even video games. But what makes the Slender Man so terrifying is his elusiveness. He is a blank slate onto which we project our deepest fears, a symbol of the unknown that lurks at the edge of our perception. Some believe he is nothing more than a fictional creation, a product of our collective imagination. Others claim to have seen him, to have felt his presence in the shadows, a chilling reminder that not everything can be explained. As we emerge from the digital shadows and back into the light of reality, I can't help but feel a shiver run down my spine. These stories, whether rooted in truth or fabricated in the depths of cyberspace, serve as a chilling reminder of the power of storytelling. They tap into our deepest fears, our primal instincts, and remind us that even in the age of information, there are still mysteries that defy explanation. So as you turn off your screens and settle in for the night, remember the tales we've explored. Let them serve as a reminder that the world is a strange and wonderful place, full of wonder and terror in equal measure. And if you find yourself looking over your shoulder, peering into the shadows, just remember you're not alone. You're not